Hi, everybody. Welcome to Motivation Monday. Happy Monday. I'm Maurice Williams. I'm the founder of JobMorph, and I've been holding these sessions, these motivational Monday sessions for a few years now. With the goal of just kind of coming together on every Monday and thinking about our week ahead and the week that passed, and trying to regroup and, refocus and get ourselves moving forward to whatever our goals are. I know that many of you who join me on Mondays have a goal of finding your dream job. And that's how you came to hear of JobMorph. That's how you came to hear from me, is this quest for this job that you dream about, right? This job that seems ideal to you, fits you as a person, an organization that meets up with your values, compensation that feels good to you. And so, I know that a lot of you, that's the quest that you're on, is for your dream job. There's others of you on some other quest, right? Trying to find something else, some other big change in your life, something else you're morphing about rather than a job. And I always thought to myself that it would be great to just connect with people on these journeys, all these disparate people on these journeys once a week for a few minutes. And I set this up, and this is the result, right? It's all of us here gathered together today to think about the week ahead and the week that's behind us. So, right now it could be a moment where you had a really terrible week. Maybe last week was just you doing everything you could possibly do to keep from having your dreams come true. We've all had those kinds of weeks, right? Where we know what we're supposed to do to move forward, but we don't do any of it. We know what we want and how to get it, but we don't do any of the steps it takes to get it, right? It's like we're just kind of like our worst enemy, right? And we're doing all the wrong things. And that may have been the week that you had last week. It may have been, in fact, a week where, the dream was put aside, maybe because you weren't feeling well physically, maybe because you have some problems going on in your life, maybe just got tired of it. Wanted to take a little bit of a break. Maybe it was something because of some fun things that were happening last week, friend's birthday, wedding, some other celebration that was going on. There's all sorts of reasons why we sometimes put aside our dreams and don't pursue them for a week. All sorts of reasons. It happens with every one of our dreams. Like if you think about anything that you dreamed of doing in your life, anything at all that you dreamed of doing, I'm sure there were times that you were like not pursuing that dream, that you were out sick for a week, or you were focused on something else for a week. It's just the way it goes with pursuing dreams, right? It's not all constant, doing all the right things and all the right steps. There are weeks where things just go awry for you, and where, you lose track of what it is that you're about. We all go through that. And I think there's nothing wrong with that. So if this last week was that way for you, no problem. No reason to feel bad about it. No need to beat yourself up about it. I don't think that ever really works to get us anywhere. No need to really think too much about it, except to say that, that's part of the process, right? That whatever goal that you would set yourself, if you set a goal that you wanted to go to college, there would be some weeks when you didn't do the things that help you get there. If you set a goal that you wanted to graduate with college with a 4.0, there'd be some weeks where you didn't do the things that you needed to do to get that 4.0, right? If you set a goal for yourself that you wanted to lose weight, there would be some weeks where you didn't pursue that, ate all the wrong things, did all the wrong stuff, didn't really pursue that for that week. But you know what? You'd still, in the long run, achieve your goal, so long as when that week was over, you headed towards your goal again. I mean, think of it this way: for these last 7 days, you were kind of heading away from your goal, right? For these last 7 days, you were, kind of not doing anything to help yourself achieve that goal. And so now it's about, turning it around and heading towards that goal. And every single goal has milestones that need to be accomplished in order to get to that goal. There's activities that you need to do in order to achieve that goal. I know that if you're out there looking for your dream job, that one of those milestones is to network, And one of those milestones is to follow up. And one of those milestones is to apply to positions, right? Those are some of the things that the activities that you have to do in order to achieve that goal of getting those interviews for that dream job and those offers for that dream job. But whatever your goal is, it has certain activities that have to be done in order to achieve it, right? If you're trying to get healthy, it's a little bit of cardio, a little bit of weights, right? A little bit of flexibility training, a little bit of eating, right? In order to get to where you want to get to from a healthy point of view, right? So everything out there, that you might want to achieve, if you want to be fiscally responsible, you want to improve your finances, there's activities that you have to do during the week in order to get there. Maybe it's writing down what you spend. Maybe it's creating a budget. Maybe it's, putting aside money for savings, right? It's certain activities that you have to do this week in order to get to that goal that you want from a financial perspective. So what about we say whatever happened, and we start focusing on the now, the here and now, and focusing ahead, turning our attention to the next 7 days. And what are they going to look like? It really doesn't much matter what the last 7 days look like, because they don't really define what the next 7 days look like. That is really the truth. Whatever was supposed to happen and didn't happen, or could have happened and should have happened, doesn't really affect these next 7 days. This is all fresh. We get a fresh start. Today is the fresh start, and we get to move forward from today. And so you can start out today and say, okay, for this week, I'm going to do these things that will lead me to my goal. And I think that's the very first step that has to happen, right? You have to say to yourself that for this week, I'm going to do these things, and identify those things that will lead me to my goal. And then the focus really has to be on today and tomorrow and the next day, right? The focus is on the future, not on the past, but on the future. It's like the focus is on today and tomorrow and the day after that, right? That's where the focus has to be. And really giving yourself credit for what those steps that you're taking to get towards your goal. So if today I say to myself, I need to achieve these 4 or 5 milestones in order to get to the goal that I want to get to, taking a moment and recognizing yourself for achieving the first milestone. Maybe the first milestone was coming here today. Maybe that was your milestone for the day. And so, give yourself that credit, take a moment to celebrate and to recognize that you did the right thing by showing up here today. Maybe another one of those goals for you was taking an action today before this afternoon. Maybe it was taking action in a few hours. Maybe it's taking another action in a few hours later. Whatever those actions are that you plan on taking today, take credit for making those actions happen. Recognize those. And then now it's time to also set up tomorrow, right? I find for myself, if I take credit for the actions that I'm taking today to get where I want to get to, and then I set myself up for tomorrow, start thinking about what's tomorrow look like? What do I got to do tomorrow? What I got to accomplish tomorrow? And I just take that pattern and repeat it over and over again. Set goals for the day. Recognize my accomplishments for that day. Set goals for the next day. Set goals for the next day, right? It's just like that simple. And I just keep doing it over and over again. Suddenly a week has gone by and I am on track to what I'm trying to do. And then another week, and then a month, and then 3 months. And then here is the results. The results start coming in. So it really is about that. So I want to say to you now, it could have been that you had a fantastic week last week, right? It could be that last week you just nailed everything that you wanted to set out to do. And you are so full of excitement and so full of energy about this next week because you did such a great job last week. And you're just so proud of yourself and proud of everything that you've done to focus on your goal, not my goal, not anybody else's goal, your own goal, to focus on your own dream. Now becomes this that you have to repeat again, right? And how do you do that? Same idea. Set the objectives for today, the milestones for the day, the goals for today, whatever you want to call them. Give yourself credit for accomplishing today's goals. Think about tomorrow and how are you going to do this again tomorrow? And just keep doing that every single day. Sometimes in some things, it really is the very simple stuff that gets us where we need to get to. And I guess today I'm trying to remind you of those simple things that you can do today, tomorrow, the next day, the next month to get where you want to get to. Now, I will end by saying something that I try to stress every single time I get a chance to talk to people and say, look, I've spent my whole life helping people accomplish their goals. And I've accomplished a lot of my own goals along the way. And one key thing to every single situation is that we had to stick with it. There is no one out there who's accomplished something important in their lives, where there weren't ups and downs in accomplishing it. When there weren't times when they thought, oh, I'm never going to get where I want to get to. When there were times that they wanted to give up. When there were times when it looked really bleak. When there were times when it looked like it would just never turn around for them. And the key to their success story is they stuck with it. And I think that's the most important thing to keep in mind. We got to do what we need to do to help ourselves stick with our goals. There's a reason that they're important to us. And sometimes reminding ourselves of that reason, really reiterating the why. Why am I doing this? What's the point of this? What does this do for me? Really digging deep and understanding your why for doing all this sometimes can help you in those darker moments. So if you're having a darker moment where you're ready to give up, go back to your why. If you had just a tough week last week, just start all over again today. If you had a great week last week, just start all over again today. It's really that simple sometimes to get what we want in our lives. Have a great day, everybody, and a wonderful week ahead. And I'll see you next Monday for Motivation Monday again. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.